Hello everyone! So let's put together some ponies! These are the Chronos miniatures. You may have seen my unboxing not that long ago. And so someone asked if I could do a video when I put them together, and I figured I got a little time right now. Let me put some together and see how it goes. I'm going to put together the donkey because that's the metal one. It's the only metal one that I got, so that should be interesting. And then I'm just going to choose one of the plastic ones / resin ones that I got to put together. I can't quite decide which one I want to do. I think I might do one of these for my Namo Paymo horse, which is a National Model Painting Month. I'll put a link in the description to the group and the blog about it. It's a really great event where the challenge is to paint a model in a month, all experience levels. You know, even if you've never done painting before and you wanted to try it, it's just a great opportunity to give it a shot. And there's usually prizes if you know, but they're not based on like skill, they're based more on like participation and all that stuff. Anyway, I'll post those links so you can take a look at that. So I think I'm going to do this guy because I like his head a lot. So let's see what we got. The glue I'm going to start by using is, I had gotten this a while ago. It's usually used for miniatures, but reading it now, for jewelry, beading, hobby, watch, crystals, optics, blah, 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 it sounds a lot like the E600. 6,000. So I'm probably not going to buy this again because it's not super cheap either, and it's a little tiny tube. It was just for when I bought some little things that I was doing, and I've been using it for a couple of things here and there. It's a flexible type glue, kind of like how this is. It's very stringy and like tacky. So they're very similar, so it's probably pretty much the same thing. I don't use this as like the full final glue. It's more of like to keep the parts together so I can fill them in with resin and whatever else I need. So it's a good thing to just get things together to actually make it really stick. For little things, you probably could use it as the only glue because it's small, but heavier and bigger things, I don't trust the this, I guess, stability of it. I don't know. That's just me. But, so let's see what we got. Let's start with Mr. Metal Donkey here. Alright. Hopefully you can see everything. Should I zoom you in a little more? That's as far as I can go right now. This is a very difficult setup. Okay. So, this one's nice because it comes with a base, it seems. So here's a base. Here is the body, half of it, half of the baskets, the other half of the baskets, head, ears, tail, and other half of body. So, first I guess we've got to figure out. See, I don't even know if I want to keep the baskets on. I'm wondering if I should just, I don't know. Should I glue the baskets or make them detachable? I don't know. But anyway. So, the ears have 2 whole parts in here, which means we're going to have to, you know, cut these and make those fit and such. And the tail's got a little peg coming out of it. So what goes first? What goes first? So we put these together. And then can we plug this in here? Yeah, okay. So that can be done first. Sometimes they'll have pieces that you have to put in and then glue them like this because of the way that they're done. But this just looks like they're really easy, just pegs. Just peg in there. Peg over here, and then, yeah, these got pegs on them, we can just clip those too. Alright, so this should be pretty simple put together, because sometimes you have to figure out what goes in first, because sometimes you may have to lay the tail in, and lay the head in, and then put the other side on, but it doesn't look like you have to do that with these. So, what I will do first, I should probably wash these, but what I'll do to clear up the area that I need to do right now. Can wash it after we do this. Some acetone, just wiping down the area that I'm going to put the glue on. I don't know if I'd use the acetone on the plastic though. I'll probably just grab some rubbing alcohol for that, but it was just right next to me, so I'm just doing it on the pewter. It shouldn't harm the pewter here. So this just cleans off any factory stuff, any residue. Just want to make sure the glue goes to the pewter. But again, I mean, it's not super important because it's not the final glue that I'm using to keep this together. It's just the placeholder, basically. And this, I don't know if I might just try and keep this separate. I won't worry about that yet. All right, so cover that back up. This out of the way. Foist step. Let's move that out of the way. And everything's in camera. Okay, so I'm going to take my glue. See, and this also is like has a very thin applicator tip, but it does sometimes get clogged. Alright, so I'm going to put some, and this takes a while to dry, just like the E6000. It doesn't just automatically stick together, so we're going to let it sit for a little bit. So what I'm going to do is put some in the, come on, see, it like clogs up. I haven't used this in a while either. So we'll put some in the holes here. You know, I'm trying to clear out the tube so the glue comes out. Alright, whatever. So, I'm going to put some in the holes here. This is annoying. This one's also kind of stinky. Put some around the edge. And there's barking pup for the mail. Alright, so I got a little, you know, like, so I'm gonna do similar thing on the other side because I think you have to do blah 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Almost smells like rubber cement. Alright, well, I don't remember the exact instructions, and it doesn't have it on here, but I could have sworn that you had to do both sides, so I'm going to do both sides, because why not? Put a little bit around the edge, a little bit around the edge of the pegs. Just for good measure. Okay, and now we gotta put this little thingy back in here so it stops pouring out. And let's pop these together. Yep, that's the mail. Alright. Okay. So make sure you're lined up pretty well. Am I in camera? I hope I'm in camera, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not. My new camera here, I can't really tell what I'm doing because it doesn't have a flippy around the screeny thingy. The snow over here is where you can see. Okay. So we're lined up pretty good. Now this is going to move and stuff because like I said, it doesn't, you know, it takes a little while to kind of cure up. Make sure you get your rope here lined up if you're putting the baskets on. I don't know, maybe I will put the baskets. I don't know. Maybe I'll get another one sometime and do one without the baskets. But anyway. So here we got it. So now you can actually, you could see there's still pretty big gaps. So this is definitely needing, you know, epoxy and things like that to fill in those gaps. Make sure your holes line up for the head and tail, which I don't seem to be doing super well with. So I guess I'll leave that like that. For the, let's put the ears in while that dries. Okay. What I'm going to do, I can't get my foot. Alright. Alright. So what I'm going to do, I have wire cutters here, or whatever these things are called. And careful not to cut the actual peg, because there's the peg and then it just runs off as the thing that connects these two. So we're gonna, and then hold the other one because it's probably go flying. Okay, we'll slice that and detach that. It's a little rough, so I'm going to take a nail file or any file and just kind of file that little rough edge from the peg where I cut it. There. And here. Ow. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do pretty much the same thing over here with the glue. Oh, I didn't wash this though. Okay, now that's the nail. The other ones are false alarms. Alright. We should clean this. Did I clean this already? I don't remember if I cleaned his ear holes. I'm just going to take a Q-tip with some of the acetone here. Oops. Alright, clearly I use this for super glue because it's like super stiff. Here we go. Here we go. Not the best Q-tips, apparently. Wipe this off. This off. Alright. Now we're good to go. Back to our glue. Pop it in the ear holes. Oh, why is this so annoying? Come on, I never used to do this. I used to have problems like stopping it from coming out, and now I'm like, can't get it out. Glue in the glue hole. Come on, dude. How about now? Seriously? I think I made it worse. He thinks this is the last time I'm using this. I'm just gonna chuck it. Seems to be a clog in the tube somewhere that I can't get out. So, and then we'll put some on the peg here. Oh, now which side goes on which side? This probably goes... Where's the picture? Just to make sure. Oh, they go back, see? Uh-huh. See, I almost put them in wrong. There we go. So there we go, back like so. Right? Yeah. So if this is the thing, there we go. Mine doesn't look... I feel like it should be back more. But this should be the right ear, the way they lay. Come on, dude. What's going on here? There we go. Yeah, okay. Alright. So I don't want to really lay this down because the ear would pop off if I did that. The good thing about this type of glue being flexible is that when you do go to do the epoxy and stuff, you can actually move it exactly where you want it to make sure it stays where you want it. This little doohickey, I'll put a link in the description. I sometimes use it for things like this. I lost the other clip on it, figures. The magnifying glass on it is pretty terrible, but I just kind of use it to hold things like that sometimes, which is pretty cool. Were you able to see that? Yeah, you're able to see that. Okay. Next, what should we do next? Let's do the tail, since he's been sitting here for a little while. Okay. And that leaked enough for me to just shove in the tail hole there. And it's like kind of dried already. Very nice. There we go. Put some in the tail hole. Come on, man. Tail hole, check. Tail nub. Check. Yeah, he's got a cute little tail. But the problem with this is I kind of got to hold it up somehow. Ah! Alright, so we need like tape or something. Get some painter's tape here. That's the annoying thing about this glue. Alright. We're gonna dog hair all on the painter's tape. Alright, this should hopefully hold it in place. Which is not even sticking. Disastrous! How about duct tape? That should hold. Duct tape. Do your stuff. Ah! Alright, this is annoying. I don't really want it falling like that. I want it up. I'm gonna have to hold this one for a while. Dag nabbit. Alright, let's put, maybe if I put some tape under it. So it doesn't fall back. And then we'll put this duct tape, which is now covered in baking soda, which won't. Alright, I think that's in there and where I want it, so we're gonna let him hang out before I do anything else to that. Alright, let's start this guy. Okay, what do we got here? We got side 1, side 2, tail, head. Pretty simple on that one. But we're going to have to do some chopping and stuff. So let's get this guy off the base. I'm going to... Oh, he's actually got a peg in his hoof. That's nice. So when you do make a base, his peg's already there. Nice. So I'm going to cut him at the peg. Cut his little sprue thing off. And cut his little sprue thing off here. File this down a little bit because it's just stuff in the way. prep all this later. I mean, you could prep it first if you wanted, if it's easier access to stuff, but for the sake of making a video, I'll do that later. And we'll cut him off with the peg again over here. He's got another peg back there. So don't cut it to the hoof over here. It's got a peg. Makes your base making a heck of a lot easier. And cut that through. Oh, nice. Look, he's got like little horseshoes on. These are awesome. Alright, and then we'll just follow these little things that are in the way here. Whoa. And pop that off. Pop this off. This is a little difficult to get to. Ah, snap that off. Alright. This is probably going to need filing here. Whatever, we'll figure that out. And let's pop his tail off. Again, don't cut the peg, because you're going to need the peg to put it in the butt. That sounded really bad. Sorry. I'm going to have to take that down, I bet. Alright, these are just extra piece things. Alright, I'm making a mess already. I'm going to grab my rubbing alcohol to clean this off. That should get rid of any residue, etc., etc. And let's double check how these go in. This also just looks like a peg, so we don't need to like make sure we put them together right. Yep, that goes right in. These are fairly simple as far as kits go, which is quite nice. Alright, and then this has been drying because that was, left it, slowly seeps out. Alright, let's get some glue up in these peg holes here. Alright, you know what, this is annoying the crap out of me. I am done with this. E6000 it is. How about I don't stick my hand in the glue I just wiped off the other thing? Just get this crud off the tip here. Alright, now my hand is all sticky now. Ah! Alright. Peg hole. Peg hole. Yeah, it's very similar glue. And around the edge, except it just comes out a lot more, which you gotta be careful with. Just rub that on. And around the edge, peg, peg, doobity doop. Put this cap back on so it doesn't seep out. Pop this together like so. And it looks pretty well lined up. The only thing with the 6000 is that, you know, it comes out a lot more, so you got to be careful not to too much, otherwise it seeps out the sides. Where is my Q-tip? So, I mean, in reality, you can consider these like seconds in a way. Because of the amount of work that's going to have to go back into it, because you still have to put epoxy, a lot of epoxy on this to clear up those seams and a little sculpting and smoothing and stuff. Not seconds in a way that, like, you know, they're damaged with air holes and things, but in the sense that the amount of work that it takes could be close to the same as a pretty clean second. Alright, that's pretty far together. This one is lighter, so it doesn't kind of have the weight to move itself, so it's a little easier than the pewter. Let's plug in some tailage here. Just gonna put it in the hole because so much comes out. I'm gonna like use that to dip the tail in there. Oh, and I should have. Oh, that went in. We're good. Although, did I split it more? I think I need to. I need to file that down a little bit before I do that because there's a little nubby here that where I cut it. So let's just quickly. I guess I'll have to use this. Dip that back in the glue. There we go. Yeah, but now it doesn't stay as good. Should have left it alone. Would have just had more of a seam to file. This could use some tape too. So it looks like the tails are going to be the most annoying part because they kind of have to be held up so they don't droop down. I guess if you used crazy glue, the soda glue, you wouldn't really have too much of that problem. But my problem, which is why I don't really want to use the soda glue first, just to hold them together, is because it can get kind of messy, and then you're just kind of making a big, like, bulbous thing that's going to need to be filed down, and like I'd rather not have to do that. There we go. That went a lot easier than the pewter to hold that on. Let's be daring and try and put the head in there too and see what happens. Make sure. Again, I'm just going to make a big glob on that side and then use the head to kind of like just mush it around to get it on both sides because but I didn't do it on the outside. Because, like I said, this comes out a lot, like a big glob, and you don't really want that. So I'll do one side and then use the other side to kind of mush it around to get it on both sides. And then we stick it in there. Get the tape out of the way. Press that in. So, I mean, yeah. You can see the pretty big gaps that are going to need to be dealt with after the fact. Which I don't know why that one seems so large. Anyway, make sure I put it in right. Oh, we have another little nubby on there. That's why it's big on that side. Alright. Let's file that little nubby off. See, like this is where I see where the camera is. Okay. There's like a little nub up here where I cut the little sprue off that is making a bigger gap than it should. Should be more than enough glue. Way more than enough glue. Toothpick. Spread that around. Alright, so now this is put that back in there. Move the tape out of the way. That's better. Look how much smaller that gap is now after I got rid of the little sprue piece. Just make sure this is lined up. Alright, apparently my camera stopped recording for some reason. Thankfully I caught it in time, so nothing really happened aside from me putting that piece aside, and now we're going to go on to finish up our little donkey. His ear, everything is still kind of wobbly, so we're going to be very careful. And put his head on. So let's get our glue, pop some in the hole. His tail still looks good. Okay. Let's get his head. Try not to touch his ears because they are still loose. And just pop that head on. Oh, and I forgot to put stuff around the edges. See, this is why I cause so many disasters. Alright. Oh man, there's a big sprue on that. But that looks like a little, what is that? Oh, alright. That was just a piece. That was a little tiny piece. But still don't seem to quite line up. It's like not going in enough or something. Of course, this is after I put the glue all over it. And his fragile ears. I think I'm going to have to file this little edge down a little bit. Maybe this helps. Let's check if this works first before putting more glue on there. It's like not lining up or something. Oh. Oh no, now the tail's moving. No, don't move, tail. There's another little pewter piece over here. Okay. Let's try this now. Come on, head. What's going on? I'm just going to try and follow this down a little bit more. It's like hitting something where it's making it a gap, and I don't want the gap. Better. I think it's the actual body. Not 100% line there. Let's try this. See? And I forget, and I touch the ears, and then I ruin things. That's better. Sort of. Maybe. What the heck is it hitting? Don't understand. Oh, stop doing that. Ow. Please be better now. You know, something is not lining up right. It looks even. I don't understand what's going on though. Is the peg too long? No, it's like a different angle or something. It's like, shouldn't be doing that. Shouldn't be that much of a gap. Losing the darn ear. Okay, maybe I should have done the ears last. Ugh. I think it's just the mold. It's not the same angle as the... This is way better though. Okay, this is way better. You just have to keep it centered. Because it looks like the angle of the neck is not the same angle as the shoulder. So it's kind of wobbling back and forth like that. But if you keep it centered, it makes sense. So we're going to try and keep it centered. I'm losing this tail. Back to glue. This is the point of frustration, in case you haven't recognized it yet. Alright, and we'll just keep this centered. So we can't lay him down. Oh, that's way better though. Yeah, okay. So please stand in the base so you can stay standing to chill out. What? There we go. Oh man. Oh man. He's gonna have to like... He's gonna have to bend a little bit to get in to the pegs. Which is fine, but not when it's still... Should have done this before to make sure that his legs were good for the base. Come on. Yes! Ah! Alright. Good. Stay. You stay centered. Like so. Please stop falling forward. Here's have some tape. Doesn't do anything. Okay. Hold. Alright. Okay. I think we're good. Obviously for the baskets, you're just going to do the same thing. I'm going to let these dry because they keep moving around. So, again, that's the annoying thing about this glue, but the good thing about this glue is that, like, once it is pretty set and just has its flex, I can go in with the epoxy and move it to exactly where I want it and make sure it's good to go. Or even the crazy glue after the fact, to then solidify where I want it. But right now it's like kind of a temporary hold to sort of put things in the place they need to be. And then I can adjust them very slightly after. The problem if you use like the crazy glue, like you can't really adjust them after that. You have to either like snap it off and do it again, or, you know, stuff like that. So, as annoying as this is, it's thinking ahead. But anyway, so there we go. There's our two guys put together for the most part. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not going to do that because then I'm just going to destroy things. So, there they are. I'll move you in closer so you can see maybe. That's as good as I can get with the tripod. I'm sorry. This video is probably terrible. But hopefully it helps you. Oh, what was that? Oh my god, his head fell off! Oh god, his ears. Oh my god. Alright. Let's try this again and get a better piece of tape. Oh my god, this is terrible. It's terrible. I'm sorry, guys. This is art. This is how I work. I am a disaster. It may sometimes appear like I know what I'm doing, but that's debatable. Can you stay now and not, like... I'm glad you're all here to witness this. Hold on. Oh, God. Alright. Okay. Let's put one across the chest for good measure. There. He's got his nice little blanket. Now watch, I'm not going to be able to get this off without tearing the head off. That'll be for another day. And another level of patience. Alright, I just need you to stand here, dude. Come on. How's your tail? Tail's fine. No. Yes. Sure, it's great. Okay. I'm done. I'm not touching it anymore. We're done. We're done here. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Check the description for links to things. And that'll be all for today. Have a good one. Bye.